last time I was here, it was still the Jaws attraction. And so the shop, as I came around the corner this morning, it's a really good first impression. Terrific.
His tour guides for the day, Dale Mason and Alan Gilmore, have been carrying out Craig's vision since Universal Orlando Resort broke ground on the project last year.
I think it's kind of interesting, no matter all the models we built, and this little slice here is narrower than I imagined when you stand in it.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
If it seems closed in, that's exactly how it's intended to feel, to faithfully represent old London. But the design is nothing more than an illusion masking the reality, that the scope of the Universal Parks project is enormous.
When you arrive in London, it's going to be as if you arrived in London. I mean, this is a real full-scale environment. You have King's Cross Station, you've got, you know, the night bus will be parked out in front, and then you get to go through that wall of London, if you will, and into the actual magical area of Diagon Alley.
Welcome, Harry, to Diagon Alley.
The project may be ambitious in size, but the creators know that their success or failure lies not in its magnitude, but rather in the smallest of details.
I think fans will be most surprised by the authentic atmosphere, the immersion. Once you're in Diagon Alley, there's nothing else. You are in Harry's world.
Right now, Diagon Alley may look like a maze of steel and concrete to some.
There must be a steel shortage in America.
But to the team who conjured it from nothing, it's the realization of years of work, and it is starting to take shape.
Utilizing this to turn on and off the architectural layers, give ourselves our kind of skeletal view of where all these things are going.
The goal is to recreate the film sets, but building a park in Central Florida presents some unique issues, namely hurricanes.
We've faced some enormous challenges.
Did they do a spear test?
The building codes increased, hurricane loading, Florida weather.
They shoot a piece of, I think it's 2x4 or 4x4 at a window, and it has to withstand that. It's quite a big test.
Universal says one of its biggest challenges has been constructing the Wizarding World to look aged, but conceal some sophisticated modern design. And safety is the top priority.
So we've had to really incorporate more structure, more detail, more safety.
When it's finished, Muggles will be granted access to the world of wizards and witches when they enter the enchanted area of London. And naturally, they can find anything they might need or want in Diagon Alley, such as a meal at the Leaky Cauldron or a magic wand at Ollivander's.
This hallway that we're in will be full height, dressed with thousands and thousands of wand-boxes.
Here we are.
And at the end of the street will be Gringotts Bank, with a 64-foot fire-breathing dragon perched on top, a centerpiece of the park.
This will be one of the big angles where you get the whole profile of the dragon.
Yeah.
The creative team believes when it is in place, the dragon will provide a perfect focal point at the end of the alley. And the Goblin-run bank below will be no less impressive for what is inside.
Vault 687.
In the movies, when you saw the Gringotts Bank, I think everybody pretty quickly realized that, man, that's a ride waiting to happen.
And they're starting to do the rock work up the top here.
Yeah.
So they're just starting to, and they spray the concrete on.
Yeah.
Constructing the vaults under the bank has been no small effort.
We have 37,411 square foot of sculpted stone inside this building.
Yeah.
It's massive.
When the group surfaces from its journey below, the tour heads to a place Stuart Craig has been looking forward to visiting the entire day.
Welcome to King's Cross Station.
We're in the load station for the connector, which is King's Cross Station, London.
When work is completed in Switzerland on the Hogwarts Express, the magical train will make its way to Orlando and be installed here.
And the steam train comes right in here, everybody loads. It has the dimensions of a real station. So when that steam train pulls in here, I think it's just going to be astonishing, really astonishing.
It's still a long way away from opening day, almost 12 months, and the Universal creative team has many challenges ahead. But if Craig's tour today showed him anything, he says it's that the team is up to the test.
There are millions of huge problems, Nobody knows how they're going to be fixed, and they dive in and just work it out as they go along. That's the most impressive.
Coming up, the clock is ticking toward the opening of the park.
Beat back those budgers, boys, and shut that
And the creative team tries to hit just the right note.
and shut that quaffle here.
Crafting the attractions for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley, is a mammoth effort that has spanned several years and taken the Universal creative team around the globe. From filming new 3D scenes on the same set as the movies to building the physical rides with the best craftsmen and artists, the goal is authenticity, and the bar is set very high. As opening day approaches, Thierry Koo travels somewhere special.
Well, we are at Abbey Road Studios in London, recording with the London Symphony Orchestra, and we're recording a whole new arrangement for our new attractions. 100 musicians. Here's the same musicians that recorded all the music, the score for all the films, the wonderful music of John Williams.
If Abbey Road sounds familiar, it's because of its storied history with the Beatles.
I'm going to start with connector train Hogsmeade to London.
Here we go.
Okay.
Today they're recording the music they will pair with the scenes Koo directed 16 months earlier for both the Hogwarts Express and the Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts attraction.
You'll recognize some of the themes, some of the score, but yet it is rearranged in a way that goes so well with this brand new adventure. The music brings emotions together. Even if you close your eyes and you just hear the music of John Williams from the Harry Potter movies, you start visualizing, you start experiencing and feeling these moments that Harry Potter lived.
So these carriages move along, you see, and as they move along a different section, another section of music will play. So we have to have a waiting, and then they come around the corner and we play TO7. So you see how it works.
Well, recording here with the London Symphony Orchestra is such a unique experience. It's probably one of the most exciting things we've done, and we want to bring that to our guests. This is what we do best.
Well played. Very good, really good.
The park is almost a month from opening and less than 2 weeks from the big preview event. Rehearsals are intensifying for actress Shalonda Lacombe as she transforms herself into singing sorceress Celestina Warbeck.
A friend called me up and said, there's a part I think you're going to be great for. They're looking for a jazz singer, and they want a woman who appreciates the stage. She's a star, if you would, in the Wizarding world.
It's one of 2 live stage shows being presented here, along with the Tales of Beetle the Bard, inspired by the 2007 book by J.K. Rowling.
Every single piece of scenic is critically examined. Every single paint drop, every single hinge. It's an incredibly advanced process that we take to make sure that every item that we produce is completely valid within J.K.'s world. Have a good show.
For example, the title of each tune heard in Diagon Alley has been conceived by Rowling herself.
Mix a pinch of spice with a dash of charm and a sprinkling of romance.
And in this tune, listeners learn new details about Celestina's wand.
Take it away, girls!
She's got her 3 banshees that sing behind her, and she brings to life these tunes. And it's the first time these songs have ever been sung or heard by anyone.
Beat back those budgers, boys, and chuck that quaffle here. Those noble navy robes know not one not to fear.
The staircasing goes up, and then we're going to call it good.
Patrick Braillard, Diagon Alley's entertainment show director, also worked on the entertainment at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade, next door to Diagon Alley. He's one of Celestina's most devoted Muggle followers.
I am the one, the only, the witch that's always on bid.
Her fame in the Wizarding world is on rival with any Muggle pop star that you would have today.
Celestina Warbeck.
This is a character that's mentioned very briefly in the fiction. Molly Weasley mentions that she is a huge fan of Celestina.
From that mention, Diagon Alley's creators have brought the famous singer to life.
So, beat back those budgers, boys, and chuck that quaffle here.
It's a gift, frankly, to be able to create within this world.
Nice job.
J.K.'s fiction is so layered and so vast and vivid. The hard part is doing it justice. That's the most difficult challenge, I think.
He sought out a wizard with whom he had once quarreled. All of us are huge nerds about being here.
For actress Kristen Sherilla, her role in the Tales of Beetle the Bard is the latest phase of a passion she traces to her childhood.
So death took the first brother. I am a huge fan. Oh my gosh. When I was a kid, I remember I went to all the midnight releases for all the books, and I'd actually make one of my parents stand in line to actually pay for the book while I started reading it, sitting under one of the display tables in the bookstore.
The show features recreations of 2 fairy tales known to Harry Potter and his friends, said to be written by a 15th century author.
It's the fairy tales that the children in the Wizarding World got to hear on a nightly basis.
Tales of Beetle the Bard is a book that J.K. wrote that's separate from the Harry Potter novels.
There were once 3 brothers who were traveling along a lonely, winding road.
Beetle is kind of like the Aesop fable of the Wizarding World.
What our show does is remind people about the heart of the stories, because the Wizarding World is filled with tales of courage, friendship, love, and those are the things that made people fall in love with the Harry Potter series in the first place.
Coming up,
we're leaving Hogsmeade.
A special group gets a sneak peek at the magic to come.
So I see somebody familiar here. Old friend. Hi, Hagrid.
Hi, Hagrid.